Hello everybody, welcome to day 4 of BotBros challenge. What we'll be studying today is mastering file handling and data processing in Python. So the objective of today is to read write files in Python using open, work with different file modes R, W, A, R+, process large text file efficiently, handle file exception to avoid errors, work with JSON file for structured data. So without wasting any time, let's begin our day 4 of the challenge. So now in part 1, we'll be understanding file handling. In AI and data science, data often comes as text, CSV, JSON or database. Learning file handling is very essential for us as we'll be doing storing and retrieval of model training in data, reading configuration and logs in AI applications, processing large data sets for machine learning. So hence, understanding of file handling is very important. Now let's jump on to reading and writing text files in Python. So let me open our Python Jupyter and then create a new Python 3 file. Let me name it as day 4, day 4. I'll rename it, and home I'll create a new file. Okay, I'll name this as sample. Okay, I'll tell you in a while why we have named it as sample. So now here we'll start coding for reading and writing files. So first we have to open a file in Python. For that, what I'll do is file is equal to open, and then sample was the name that we are given to our text file, xt. Make sure the indentations and all are correct. And next I'll say R. So what exactly R means is read. So we saw in the previous step that there were multiple essentials like R, W, A and R plus. R means reading, W means writing, A means append and R plus means to read and write. So here once we get come to our main file. So for example, let me open the sample text and here I'll say bot bros day 4 challenge to learn AI. Okay, this is what I would have kept in our BotBros text file. And now let's put all this value in content. Content is equal to file dot read and then print content. Always remember to close the file once you have executed the certain program. Okay, now I'll run this. See here you can see that it has printed what we had put in a sample text, that is BotBros Day 4 challenge to learn AI. And the same is being printed here. This is just reading the text file and printing it. So now if we go and want to write something into the text file, we have two options. One is to write and one is to append. So now here I'll write the write function. File is equal to open, same sample dot txt. Make sure the indentation is correct as always. And then here instead of R I'll put W, which indicates that we need to write something onto our file. So file dot write, we are ready for the challenge. And then remember always to close the file whichever you have opened. So now as you can see the sample text is still in BotBros Day 4 challenge to learn AI. Now I'll run this command, and here we don't see any output because it will be present in our sample text. So if I refresh the sample text, it'll say we are ready for the challenge. But the problem is the previous data, that was the BotBros Day 4 challenge to learn AI, has been erased because we have not appended it. We have just told this to rewrite the whole text, and this code does the same. It just rewrites it. So now for me, anything, what I'll do is just copy the whole code, and instead of W, I'll just put A, and then I'll take our previous text that was present, that is BotBros Learning AI Challenge. Remember, you can't keep it in multiple lines. Just put a black backslash n and make sure that it'll be printed on the new line. Okay, now I'll run this, and this here again doesn't show us any difference. But if I go to sample txt and refresh it, you can see here we are ready for the challenge bot bros day 4. The error what was present was I had to give another backslash n, and if I give this, it'll be an error because it'll not only print this thing but also again reprint bot bros day 4. So if you want to see how that exactly works, I'll rerun this, and if I refresh the sample.txt, you can see here it has been printed twice. Here you can give a backslash and just put enter, make sure you save it. So this, now here I can remove this. It doesn't make any difference for that text file because text file you can edit, do whatever you want it in one shot. So now you have learned how to open a file, how to write on a file, how to append on a file. And next what we'll do is reading the file line by line. So now in day-to-day lives, while working on some AI projects, it will be a huge data set that will be present for us to read. So reading everything at one shot and storing it someplace, like here, if you see here, in content, we store the whole data. So if the data is large and it is difficult for the processor to run that, what we'll do is just use the same code, file equal to open sample.txt and say plus, okay, and then content. Instead of content, what I'll do is just say for line in file print line dot strip. Okay, dot strip says to remove all the extra spaces present in this file. So if I run this, it'll say an error. That is a small silly error that we had forgotten to put a dot. And see here, built-in method of string. This will give us an object which is present at this level. So if I just instead of r plus say just rerun it, it'll say built-in method strip of str object of this. So what exactly is the error? If you can find it, it'll be great. If you have not found what the error exactly was, here we had forgotten give an open and closed braces. So once we do this, it'll show us what exactly is present in the text. We are ready for the challenge. Bot Bros Day 4 challenge to learn. If I say that this order is not correct, and I'll just cut and paste it here and paste it here. Okay, we are ready for the challenge, Bot Bros. Okay, let's just say Control X and then do a Control V. Bot Bros Day 4 challenge to learn AI and just save it. And what we do is we rerun this file. See, the order has been changed. So what exactly you saw is reading a file, writing, appending, and reading it line by line just to make sure that no much storage space is allocated. So what we have done is efficient storage. We have done all this reading, writing of text file and then reading large file efficiently. This is what we learned latest. So now in part 4, what we'll be learning is working with JSON files. So what is full form of JSON? JavaScript Object Notation is used for storing structured data like API resources and responses and AI models. So writing a JSON model requires a certain type of method that you have to follow while writing on a JSON file. So now if I just go there and put all the needed code, that is import JSON And then let's first create a data set for the JSON and make sure that the indentations are correct. Name going to be Alex, and then I guess we can take an integer as well in our JSON file, comma age is 25 years. Let's keep it the same way. And then now what we do is with open data.json, then comma w states that we are writing it as file. Means here we say that we will see this JSON, whatever data set is present as a file, and then JSON dot dump data comma file comma indent equal to 4. So now if I run this, it will be present in a JSON format. Now you can see here data.json will have name equal to Alex and age equal to 25. We here have created a JSON file that can store all the data that we put in our data set and make sure that is stored in the JSON format. So now if I have to read what is present in the same JSON, we will do just with open data.json, comma, instead of write, we'll just read it as file and say data is equal to json dot load of file, and then we'll just print the data present in the JSON. Okay. So now if we run this, you can see that name is Alex and age is 25. This is present in the JSON format. So now here we have understood how to work with JSON and why JSON is actually important, very important, because most API returns are in JSON format and it is used in chatbot, AI agents and databases. So this is just a base level present for us to understand how JSON file works in Python. So now let's go to our challenge of the day. That is an AI powered note app that has to save user notes to a text file, display existing notes, and allow appending new notes. So once you make sure that you understand the whole concepts clearly, you will be able to create this app and make sure you put it on the comment section. Thank you for attending the lecture. This is day 4 signing off. Thank you.